Yo, so I decided to change the vibe up one time for the boys. Yo, shout out Short, Venom, and all the girls. So right here, right, I'm gonna give you guys my Gemini breakdown. So at one point I used to use this ship a lot, and I stopped using it. But that's for multiple reasons. So this is kind of like a long video, so I'm gonna go do a quick breakdown of what crews I feel like you need and all that stuff. I'm gonna tell you why. So recently I've been thinking, I'm like, why the heck do I not use Gemini, or why do a lot of people not use it, right? Because realistically, this Gemini is a high level Gemini. So at one point from my memory, I feel like I used to use this ship a lot, like right before I started using the Vikings and Billy combination. But then randomly I stopped. But then I was like, oh snap, of course. Because back then you'd be going against like 4 or 5 teams of like Illusion, Freeze, or like Torteras and stuff like that. And it'd be impossible. Even the Viking combo was like trust me, there was nothing you could really do. And this one was worse than the Vikings one in my perspective, I guess, especially at that time. So I remember also selling all my crews, right, for all my ship, because I was like, wait a minute, I started to try to change my whole vibe up. Then I definitely stopped using this ship because I think I had crews for it. So here's how I'm going to go into the breakdown, right? So this ship, what's it called? This ship is about damage, right? So after your HP goes below, like, ooh, so my man say less. Yeah, but after your HP goes down below, like, let me just give you like a range, I guess, like 65% or something, depending on the level you're at. Then your damage increases by like 35%. Then from that example, right, so the lower your HP is, and it also says move wisely, right, and use your cover for help. So right here, that's what I'm pretty much doing. Like, oh snap. So the lower your damage, so this ship is activated when your damage is low and when you're attacking people. Hey, shout out Venom right there with that clutch heal. Say less. So back to what I'm saying. Look at that torpedo. That was actually low-key sweet. So long story short, right? So I feel like at that one point, the same way I used to use my Viking ship, the same way I used to use this ship. Then when I sold all that stuff, like the Viking ship is very customizable and can go with a lot of stuff, right? That I guess you can say necessarily like this one can't. Right, so that's why I stopped using this one. So I feel like this ship is one of those ships that's like there's not one specific crew thing for it necessarily to really activate it. So you have to, I feel like you should have, what's it called, cannon, cooldown, and range definitely increase, right? Also from that perspective, you should also have like torpedo speed increase, and also have your ram up a little bit, so it's like a medium tier ship. Look how fast these torpedoes go. So my torpedo is definitely up there from this example, right? And my cannon range is down a little bit. It's not maximized like fully for like what I'm explaining, but it's pretty close, I guess you can say. But the only thing is, so from that example, right, once my HP is getting low, I'm like, okay, now I gotta like really like scoot back a little bit and use my cover. So it's all about like playing smart. But Venom is definitely coming clutch with these heals. I'm like, oh snap. So ooh, so right here I'm like, oh. So I know I'm about to die. So I'm just pretty much just trying to get that last damage in, that last Billy. Hey, shout out everybody in the video. So that's how I feel like this ship should be used, right? And you can also use this bad boy right here with Sinbad. So as I was explaining before, right, like when the HP is low, like the I guess you can say like the damage increases, and the torpedo speed also increases. So watch this. Let me just show you an example of my torpedo, how fast it goes when I use it. See how fast that bad boy's going right there? And let's see the damage it causes. Causes pretty decent damage. It's not the most damage, but it works. Then, so right here I'm just waiting a little bit, because now it's called being smart and using the ship like how it's supposed to be. So yours, this is pretty much me, like, see how fast that thing is going, like, phew, like being like, okay, let me try using this ship and see if I can really activate. So that took a little bit of patience, I guess you can say. But then now I'm realizing, like, at one point, using a ship like this, you're not necessarily supposed to be, I guess, the person in the circle, because it's about using it wisely. So that's why every once in a while you see me, like, I guess you can say, like, backing up a little bit and being like, I guess you can say, letting somebody else go into the circle. But regardless though, right, you have to go into the circle. But but you have to be smart about being in the circle. But look how beautiful it is. But the thing about this ship right here, right, low key, like, the RAM on this ship is super, like, savage. Say less.